Is it Amanda O'Neill Georgie or
No, my first name is Georgie Amanda.
your first name is Georgie Amanda?
Yes.
Okay. You have 2 tickets in 2014 on a Honda, and you have 1 in 2015 on a Hyundai.
Yes.
Do you remember those tickets?
Yes, specifically the one on Fountain Street. I was in the Year Up program, and so I was given the keynote speech for graduation. That's 1 week before the graduation. And my speech ended up being a lot longer than I anticipated, so I didn't put enough quarters in the meter. But because I was in the middle of giving the speech to the people that were listening to it for graduation, I couldn't go in and pay the more quarters.
How long was your speech?
It ended up being at the graduation about 15 minutes.
After 15, everybody would leave.
Yeah, it was only supposed to be 10, and I just am long-winded.
Now, only if you want to share it with us. What was the message?
The message was essentially that hiring people who are from low-income backgrounds, who are socioeconomically not as stable as others and don't have the advantages of others, is a great idea because they are so used to persevering through strife and their socioeconomic status that as an employee for your company, they will go to greater lengths than most people who did not strive the way that they did would.
I think that's a great message.
Thank you. I think so too.
I hope it resonated with those in attendance.
I believe it did because our class has 95% good outcomes, so.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, how long did it take you to prepare that speech?
It took me about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes.
Yeah. Usually, it takes a great deal of time to get the message honed down, right? To deliver exactly the right message. But I'm really impressed that you were able to, in such a concise manner, in a matter of like 35 seconds, you gave us the entire message. That was wonderful.
Thank you.
And that was on Fountain Street? That was the meter?
Yes.
I'm going to dismiss that ticket.
Okay.
All right. And then you were charged with obstructing traffic on Benevolence Street.
Correct.
What do you want to tell me about that?
So I wasn't really obstructing the driveway. I just had a little bit of my bumper over the driveway. And because I'm a nursing student, when I think obstructing, I think like if you were choking right now. So obstruction is when you completely, I would make it impossible for the person to get out.
Oh, you have a medical definition of
Right,
obstructing,
of obstruction.
right?
So,
And the parking enforcement officer, he
Has
has
a
a
different-
parking definition
Right.
of obstructing.
Right.
Right? You would think he'd use your definition.
the state needs to get with it. That's-
Inspector Carrigan,
Yes, Your Honor.
would you inform Captain Ryan to get these parking enforcement officers to use the medical definition of obstructing?
As long as she gives me the medical book, I will bring it to him and order that from the courts, yes.
Okay. And I think the public defender should also be prepared to make it as part of your argument, right, for obstructing the medical definition, which means that, well, you're joking, you can't breathe.
Right, completely obstructed, meaning that the person wouldn't be able to back out. But he could back out. He wasn't obstructed.
Am I obstructed?
No, because you're making noise.
Oh,
If you're able to make
Oh.
noise, it's important though, yeah. If
Do
someone's
that.
making noise and you think they're choking, but they're making noise, just encourage them to cough it up. But if they're like, they're not making noise, that's an obstruction. You need to perform the Heimlich
if they
maneuver.
make a noise, you say, forget them, go to the next patient.
Yeah, you're fine. Walk it off.
If you ever want help when you get to the emergency room, don't make any noise.
Don't make any noise, just make the choking sign.
I'm going to dismiss these 3 tickets. I'm really impressed with your message and the time that you put in the service of others.
Thank you.
At the end of the day, somehow we're all going to be judged, and I'm making a speech, but we usually are judged on the difference we make in the lives that we touch, and I think you've touched some lives in a very favorable way.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. Every once in a while, someone comes into my courtroom who just radiates goodness. Georgie Amanda is one of those people. Everything about her was positive and sincere. And I know one thing for certain, if I ever find myself obstructed, I want Georgie on Team Caprio.